The Los Angeles Rams selected a superstar with their only first-round pick in 8 years. I guess if you only got one shot, then you better not miss. And general manager Les Snead hit a home run when drafting physical freak Jared Verse. In only 7 games, Verse has made it clear he will be one of the best pass rushers and run defenders in the NFL for years to come. It's not something I'm just projecting in the future. He's already dominating week after week as a rookie. He maximizes his physical attributes with leverage, technique, and a violent attitude to be a lethal threat all over the defensive line. Verse is not the biggest edge rusher at just under 6'4", 254 pounds, but this gives him a natural leverage advantage that he pairs beautifully with lower body power to bully linemen in front of him. He's very comparable to Khalil Mack or Will Anderson in that way. We've seen how that profile of player can affect every aspect of the game at the highest level. Verse uses his power to pressure the quarterback at the 4th highest rate out of all edge rushers. He's also got the 4th highest win percentage according to PFF. So basically, he is absolutely dominating the guys in front of him on a play-by-play basis at a similar rate to the very best edge rushers in the NFL. He uses consistent hand placement on the outer part of the lineman's chest plate to knock the blocker's shoulders back. His shorter stature and good lean always gives him great leverage to create leg drive, and he's got rare explosive power in those legs, as he highlighted with a 10-foot 7-inch broad jump at the combine. Now this results in 3 different types of wins for Verse. Let me explain. First, Jared Verse is constantly driving the tackle right back into the pocket, which results in sacks for his teammates or poor decisions by the quarterback because the lack of room to maneuver in the pocket. Second win with power that he displays over and over is on the outside. He shortens the edge by taking the tackle off his set land point with a violent initial punch. The tackle wants to set more outside here, but look how Verse moves the tackle and changes his path to the quarterback. This punch also opens the tackle's shoulders to the quarterback, which is kind of opening the gate to a sack or pressure. So instead of winning with speed deep around the outside like Von Miller would, we see Verse win over and over by just shortening his path and going right through the outside shoulder of the tackle. The third primary way we see Verse win with power is through the inside shoulder. It's the same hand placement, great leverage, and power that he uses to collapse the pocket, but he focuses his strength on the inside shoulder of the tackle, and after the strong initial punch knocking the tackle deep into the backfield, Verse then turns his shoulders to get full arm extension with that inside arm, creating as much separation between himself and the tackle as possible, and swims to the inside where the quarterback is waiting on him. He has faced a ton of athletic quarterbacks so far this year, so these rushes have mostly resulted in pressures where the quarterback escapes, but it makes a huge effect on the play. Now this power, for obvious reasons, also helps him to dominate the run game play after play. You really just don't want to run wide zone at Verse or almost any run play to his side because the tackles have no chance at widening him to open running lanes. He will force the cutback. You can nearly guarantee that every time they come at him. He really sets his teammates up with easy tackles because he is a stone wall on the edge and the running back has nowhere to go but to try and run through a different defender. Verse's power is so lethal, he even used Colton Miller of the Raiders to make the tackle for him on this play, just shoving Miller so far back that he trips the running back on a trap play to the right, opposite side of Verse. So Verse sets up tackles for his teammates, he uses blockers to tackle their own running back, and he is 5th out of all edge rushers in tackles himself. When he doesn't set a strong immovable edge, Verse often uses a quick swim with quick feet to make a play on the ball carrier. Or if offenses decide to run zone away and leave him unblocked, then he plays with great discipline, working flat down the line of scrimmage with athleticism to make tackles from the backside. He just affects the run in every way and has made clear that he is one of the very best run defenders in the NFL just 7 games into his career. Okay, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate any support. Now, let's get back to it. Back to the pass game for a moment. We focus primarily on his power, and for good reason, because the guy is a freak of nature in that aspect. However, he is more than just a dominant bull rush. Verse has a few hand techniques he's displayed in his NFL and college career, but the technique he has mastered that pairs perfectly as a counter to his power is his speed to club off the edge. He uses his 4.58 speed to burst upfield to the tackle's outside shoulder. The tackle then tries to deliver a powerful punch, expecting a bull rush, and Verse just beautifully clubs the tackle's arms down or away to easily win around the edge. He has a few great reps of this every week, and he always strikes with great accuracy to the blocker's forearm. It's a really great 1-2 punch to pair with his power, but I would love to see him more consistently add another trick to his game. He does flash some great quickness on an inside counter in the pass rush. He's lethal in D-line stunts because he sells his pass rush on the edge before coming in late to the A-gap after the center or guard has already committed to the defensive tackle. He occasionally lines up as a pass rusher over guards and centers and collapses the pocket from the inside, but my favorite skill he's flashed on tape is definitely his fake club to power pass rush. He needs to use this more because he does it so beautifully and it's so hard to block. Verse fakes the club with his outside hand, so the tackle has to pull their hands back in order to not have their hands swiped down by Verse. And by doing so, it allows Verse to convert to hands in the chest and bully the tackle right back for a quarterback pressure. So Verse has a limited toolbox at the moment, but he is nearly unblockable in both the run and the pass. He's flashed more ways to win than just his power and his outside club, but as he gets more games under his belt, I expect he will use his other techniques more often. When that happens, the Rams could be looking at their own version of Khalil Mack or Nick Bosa. He is his own style of player, but that's the impact he's making on the field. Pair that with Kobe Turner, who was a breakout on the D-line for the Rams last year, and there's a lot to be excited about in LA. Injuries all over the offense has prevented this team from too many wins, but I still think the future looks bright for Rams fans. And I have no doubt that the future looks bright for the physical freak, Jared Verse. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on what comes next, and leave a comment on who you would like me to do a video on. I'll definitely check them out for new ideas. Well, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.